Did you know a poorly put together set list can wreck your voice before your gig is even done? You may even have a pretty decent technique. Maybe you've been working with a teacher for a while. But if you put the wrong songs back to back, there's a potential that it can wear you out more than you think. Not all of our voices, even the ones who've been doing this a while, not all of our voices reset back to natural, back to neutral after every song. Each song can put you in a different physical state, but also a different mental and emotional state. Again, even singers that have been doing this a while can find themselves getting tight, getting tired, feeling stuck, and then feeling frustrated when they haven't even finished their gig yet. So for the clients that I work with, I have found that most of them are putting together their set list firstly by the songs they like. Like, I like this song, I like this song, and this song will be great to open with, but they're very rarely considering how their voice is going to react an hour and a half in. So let's say, for example, okay, obviously female. I'm going to be using female examples. I'll throw in a couple of male songs too. But let's say that I'm starting out with some of the singers I love, and they're pretty heavy, chesty type singers. So Kelly Clarkson, Demi Lovato, Jessie J, these women that sing big and powerful in their low register a lot. And so I'm going to put those songs out there on my list. And I'm like, yeah, I love these songs. I'm going to put them back to back to back. 3, 4 songs singing super heavy chest. Whew. So I'm still putting together my list, and I'm thinking, all right, I've just done some pretty heavy anthem-y, the big songs, right? Maybe I should check the mood. Maybe I'll bring it back in a little bit. Maybe give some sweet love songs or something. And maybe I'll choose, I don't know, Olivia Rodrigo, or maybe I'll choose some Rihanna, or maybe I'll choose Birdie, or, you know, some women singers that are definitely a different vibe. And that shift sometimes, even if I know what I'm doing, can be challenging. And that's kind of just talking about the vocal shifts, right? From chest into mix and into head voice and staying balanced vocally, but without even really touching on the emotional side of the singing, right? So I'm trying to keep my energy up. I'm trying to keep the crowd going. I'm trying to keep them interested. So I have these big, heavy songs. And then I've got my adrenaline going. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm doing my thing. And then I've got to reel all of that emotion back in, let alone my voice, to bring back the calmness in order to emotionally portray a softer song that, again, requires technical ability to move through my voice that way. Something to think about. Now, the next step is to not treat individual songs as individual songs. You have to think of them as the whole package. So a song that I have been working on with my voice teacher, and I can sing really fabulous in my car or, you know, in my bedroom or whatever, there's a decent chance it might not be as awesome 45 minutes into the set, because that's where we hit vocal endurance. So again, you've been singing hard and heavy, and maybe you've been able to back it off a little bit, and then you're going to go back hard and heavy. You're going to sing some Adele now, and you're like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. So this is where it really starts to feel like you are an actual athlete. Your endurance. I say it all the time in my posts. It's a real thing. I get clients coming in saying, oh my God, did you see the TikTok of Miley Cyrus running on the treadmill while she's singing her song? And I'm like, yeah, most of us teachers do that with our clients. And just like going to the gym, getting ready to run a marathon, you have to build that endurance up vocally, physically, emotionally, which again means not treating each song as a song, but looking at it as the entire set. And what that means is that I expect you to run through your entire set in your bedroom, with your partner, with your kids, with your family, with your pets, whatever it is, like you're at the actual gig. You're singing your song, you're talking to the crowd, you're making sure you're hydrating, and you're trying to keep that real energy up in your living room the way you would at the actual gig, so you know what to expect. And even though it feels weird, I strongly encourage my clients to do this. By the way, my pets love it when I do it. They don't. So then I tell my clients that they need to balance out this set list with what I like to call recovery songs or downtime songs. I know you guys know this, but I think it bears saying it out loud. Not every song you're singing needs to impress your audience. They don't all have to be, oh my God, video worth recording songs, right? They don't have to impress everybody all the time. So what I recommend actually sometimes is, instead of putting what we talked about earlier, those 3 heavy back-to-back songs, we do one heavy song, one kind of medium-ish energy song, and then a lighter, softer head voicey type song. And then if you're feeling pretty good, then you can put 2 heavy songs and then 2 light songs, and then rearrange those as you need. Again, rest and recovery songs or downtime songs in between the ones you're really making pop. And just as a side note, it's pretty good for your audience too, because even though we all love a good mosh pit type idea, we all need to have a drink of water. We all need to sit down for, well, not all of it. Some of us need to sit down for a minute. We all need to rest. All of the above, right? We all need a minute to rest, especially the singer. And the last little piece I want to talk about as you're putting together your set list is not just, again, the vocal endurance that I'm asking you about, or the placement of the songs so that your voice can take a break, but also having the set list for when you're not feeling well. So you have your set list for when you're feeling good, when you've had enough sleep, when you're perfectly hydrated, when you haven't been sick for a while. You've got the perfect set list that you love and you know that you can nail. And then you have your set list for when you're not feeling well, when you didn't get enough sleep, if you've traveled somewhere that required a plane and all of that altitude stuff that messes up our voices all the time, allergies, etc., etc. Because the set list you're singing on Monday probably won't be the same set list you're singing on Thursday. Chances are pretty rare. Because your body's in charge. You have very little control over it. Yes, you can kind of control your sleep. I mean, I don't know if you're an insomniac like some of us. You can control your hydration, but you can't control the weather. You can't control your allergies. You can't control your hormones. You have to be prepared to switch things up. So here's what it comes down to. You can be a great singer, and you can sing 2 or 3 songs, and you can be feeling great. And that can be misleading, again, because if you're going to go into this business and you want to do an actual gigs, an hour and a half, 2 hours, you have to know how your voice can take it, and you have to prepare for that. So it's more than just being a good singer, it's being a smart singer. And you're a smart singer if you have a singing teacher in your corner. And if you don't have one yet and singing is something you want to do, let's work together. Also, subscribe for more. We talk about this stuff all the time. It's my thing, super nerdy. Let's go.